What is aviation mastery? Mastery is a quest, not a score on a test. It's a self-perpetuating infinite game. It takes our concept of a good pilot is always learning and removes the limits you previously self-imposed. But the choice, once again, is always yours. You can choose to stay inside your comfort zone, your defined limits, or you can push beyond to the safer, smarter pilot you're always meant to be. These are the principles of aviation mastery.
Flaps are set. Turning final. I see 18 outside. I see 18 on my compass. 23, Mike, hello. Tower, make right, close traffic, runway 18, clear for takeoff.
Hey, MzeroA Nation, Jason Shepard here. Can I write you an IOU? I promised you last week I was going to be in the airplane showing you some of my favorite ways to practice in-flight emergencies. But if you're a member of the MzeroA Nation Facebook group, you know why I'm on the ground. And if you're not, well, you need to go on Facebook and search MzeroA Nation and go ahead and join the group. I posted a video in there. We were down in Fort Lauderdale at Fort Lauderdale International Airport, just doing some business down there with some of our great flight school partners. And we're getting ready to head back up, and we're gonna film a great cross-country video that was gonna post next week. And then we're also gonna film, when I got back, our in-flight emergency series. But Matt, who's our COO here at MzeroA.com, you know from the story, this sounds like the start of an NTSB report. It's always stuff when Matt and I fly. Was doing his pre-flight inspection, and he found this. You can see the alternator belt. Well, it's seen better days. And in fact, we actually made sure keys, mags, everything were off, and ran the prop through to spin the alternator belt. That was the only spot we had a crack in the alternator belt. And it just, again, it happened to stop right there. By the way, the plane just came out of annual. And during the annual inspection, the mechanic obviously inspected the belt and everything appeared fine. I'm talking just 2-3 hours ago came out of annual inspection. And it just goes to show you how these things happen. Now, these things compound, by the way, too, because our flight, it was some really, really nasty weather. I actually took some screen grabs of ForeFlight ahead of time because I was going to show you what we were facing for the flight planning video. So you can see some of that there. And we're actually thinking, let's just make some progress, maybe make it from Fort Lauderdale, South Florida to the southern Orlando, maybe even Orlando, but Central Florida, Winter Haven type area, and just stop, let the storm pass, and then continue on from there. But at least made some progress. And all I could think of was, wow, here I am this week teaching about in-flight emergencies, and I almost made a whole video. Unintentionally. I mean, I guess it would have been a silent film because we would have lost radios and you wouldn't have heard anything, right? So there I was. I would have been flying. Alternator belt would have broke. I'm sure we would have heard it. I've broken an alternator belt before and you certainly hear it. But you know, too, Mike, it's all glass. And yes, I have amazing battery backups and everything else, but how long is that really going to go for? As long as the manufacturer actually says. So there I would be in IFR conditions, facing weather like you see right there, squawking 7600 as long as I could until somebody would actually see it. We'd figure out what we're going to do from there, practicing some of our IFR lost radio communication procedures. It wouldn't have been a great situation. So although I planned on showing you some very cool in-flight emergencies we could be practicing, should be practicing, I'm going to need to write you an IOU on that video. And I promise I'll release it in the coming weeks so you can check that out. But I want to use this event as a springboard to say, what have you found on pre-flight or during run-up that you said, no go? I'm ground the airplane, whatever it is. Let me know in the comments below. Maybe it was just a bad mag check. Maybe it was something else. But what have you found that has caused you to have to leave an airplane somewhere? By the way, you're wondering, why didn't you just get it fixed, Jason? Well, because airplanes only break on Sundays. And Sunday at Fort Lauderdale, no one was working. And we had meetings on Monday and Tuesday, just back to back to back. Staying in Fort Lauderdale wasn't an option. So we drove home, and as I filmed this, the airplane's still sitting in Fort Lauderdale. Maybe you can go check 23 Mike Zulu on FlightAware and see if we got it back and when we got it back. You can go see that. But as I record this, it's still sitting down there. And again, I'm sure they'll fix it in 15 minutes. It's just a matter of getting back down there now to bring the airplane home. Driving isn't always such a bad option when you just see weather and broken alternator belts and you feel compelled that you need to be home for these meetings. That's why we chose to drive home. And that's never a terrible solution now, is it? But leave me a comment below. What are some things you have found on pre-flight, on run-up, or in flight for that matter, that cause you to divert, cause you to get on the ground, cause you to stay on the ground, to squawk the airplane, whatever that may be? Because I want to take this experience and create a learning experience for you all. And I encourage you to read through the comments as well, because learning will take place, not just from my story. There's a million other stories like this and different ones as well. So I know I'll be reading each and every comment. I hope you will as well, as you contribute your comment to this video. So thank you for allowing for a rain check or an IOU. I will make that awesome in-flight emergencies video here in the coming weeks and share that with you all. We'll call it a bonus episode to this series in the near future. I can't wait to read your comments below on Facebook, on YouTube, on MzeroA.com. Hey, don't forget too, we have a great live stream coming up. Thank you to everybody who attended the phenomenal birthday celebration. It was awesome. Thank you for everybody in their birthday shirts and everything. It was super cool. You know, we gave out those awesome MzeroA birthday shirts. It was very, very cool. Head over to MzeroAlive.com. I'll be doing a Principles of Mastery webinar at the end of this month as well. So details and how to RSVP are at MzeroAlive.com. Have a blessed, amazing, outstanding rest of your day. And most importantly, remember, the good pilot is always learning. Have a great day, everyone. We'll see you.